Welcome to Old Gold Power Plant. In this video, I'm going to show you guys my team building for this area. Of course, team building is very situational and it depends on what you have, what you're planning to invest in, what ingredients that you need, what dish type you roll. But there are some mainstay Pokemon for certain areas, for example, matching the favorite berry. Now, while I haven't done the numbers to compare berry versus ingredient farming for the new dishes, given that the new dishes are quite a bit more powerful than the old dishes, what I can say is that this is my first week at OGPP and we're already on Wednesday, so I kind of need as much drowsy power as possible. Starting a new dish from level 0 isn't going to help me with that, so most of the remaining of this week I'm actually focusing on cooking old dishes I already have at high level. So I actually rolled desserts for this week and I'm going to focus on cooking flour gift macarons or tea time corn scones. Eventually I will unlock and level up the new strongest dishes, but that's not what I'm going to do for this week. In other words, in terms of ingredients, these are the ones that I need to tackle. So already we're talking about my Blastoise for cacao, my Abomasnow for eggs, I've got a Venusaur that's mono honey now, and I've got my Pokego Plus Plus Pikachu that also farms honey. I've got a mono milk Blastoise as well. My Pikachu and Raichu will actually farm a lot of the apples and ginger. My Beware for corn, and then again Blastoise mono milk for milk. But as usual, I always start with matching the favorite berry, especially if a berry specialist has berry finding S, and that is my Raichu, also nicknamed Tupichu, who has berry finding, speed of help up, and helping speed. It has some skill trigger, but I'm not overly worried about the skill trigger. I did raise its skill level, that was for the Raikou event, but I never put another seed into it since. The reason I run Pikachu is not because it's better than Raichu. I would be better off running a second Raichu, especially in the absence of a Raikou. The reason I run this Witch Hat Pikachu, even though it's significantly slower than Raichu but a bit faster than a regular Pikachu, is because it has great stats. It does have berry finding and helping bonus. And on top of it, the hat is a bit of a flex, so I like it, but it does have speed of help down. I'm not overly worried about speed of help down in light of helping bonus, plus Pikachu having helping bonus means the rest of the team is stronger anyway. So if I were to have helping bonus on a weaker Pokemon on my team, it's actually overall better than having a stronger Pokemon with helping bonus that is buffing a weaker Pokemon on the team. I hope that makes sense. If not, let me know in the comments section below. So these two are my mainstay berry farmers. I don't have a Steelix yet and I don't have a Banette with berry finding. Steelix just taking way too long to find a good one, so I probably will just stick to the electric types. Now I do have Gaslight, which is my original Gengar that I invested in. As you know by now, Quagsire is the main mushroom farmer, so the ingredient list of a Gengar isn't overly important as long as it serves some other purpose. So for example, it has berry finding and it has speed of help up. Granted, it's not the strongest Gengar in terms of speed. I do have better ones than that, but it's already level 50. With that much inventory, I actually use this Gengar to keep the berries in its inventory without having to overstack. And I carried it over from Taupe Hollow from Tuesday, carried all those berries to OGPP. So this actually was quite beneficial in bringing strength from one Snorlax area to another. It's two ingredients I don't really need this week because I'm running desserts. With one of the new dishes, it can use mushrooms and that's in curry, but otherwise the ingredients are losing value. So I may swap out this Gengar depending on how things are going with my ingredient farming. I was farming some honey with Venusaur, which is one of my new Venusaurs. It's mono honey, ingredient finding, helping speed, and speed of help up. That was to complete the flower gift macaron. Now I'm ready to switch that out anytime because I've got enough honey now. In fact, I'm also running a off-type berry specialist, Bayleaf, who has honey, it has berry finding. Yes, it's not favorite, but at least these are things I actually need. So there is a lot of benefits of running a high level berry specialist like this Bayleaf here, who has berry finding and correctly matched to dish type ingredients. As I said before, I rotate ingredient specialists out as I need them. So if I need corn, to cook the tea time corn scones. I'll rotate in corneography. I will need quite a bit of milk, and I've got this new Blastoise that I'm running heading into level 50 that farms only milk, and it's got helping bonus, speed of help up, and helping speed. But for cacao, I'm also running Blastoise, so currently I have 2 Blastoise and very few resources to raise them, so neither is going to hit level 60 anytime soon, but this one is currently still my main cacao farmer, helping speed and ingredient finding. Abomasnow, I'm not proud of this one, but it has been my only egg farmer for a long time. I invested in it early on because it has berry finding. I like that skill early on, but as we found out more recently, Abomasnow is just not very good at finding berries, even as a dual specialist. That role for berries really should just be left to Walrein, and Abomasnow should focus on ingredient finding. Yes, this Abomasnow has some great stats later on, but it is not right now. So to me, it's kind of useless. I do use it because I have no other choice. As for apples and ginger, I'm overall pretty happy with where I'm at. I've got this Raichu that does ginger and apples, and Pikachu also does ginger and apples. Very soon, Raichu will be hitting level 60 for eggs as well, which will help with my egg farming overall. I do not yet have a mono apple for Cocoa that I'm ready to invest, and I don't have a good Tyranitar that is mono ginger that I've invested just yet. But those are all in the plan for the future. Because of the number of berry specialists that I have fully focused on ginger, I have actually very little need for a Tyranitar. So let me show you what I mean. I've got Bonus who's at level 60 and it's unlocked ginger at level 60. I've got Marowak which has been doing a lot of ginger until its level 60 unlock, and now it does some cacao. And cacao's great because it's got a high base strength. Soon my Cinderquest will be farming even more ginger because of the level 60 unlock, and of course there's Tupichu and my Pikachu as well. I even have a Houndoom that has a lot of speed that focuses on a lot of ginger. So because of the number of berry specialists I have for ginger farming, I actually don't really need Tyranitar at all. Do I want one? Yes, because then it'll farm the ginger even quicker when I do need more of it. But that is not right now. Had I rolled one of the other dish types, the discussion in this video would be a little different, but that's just a discussion of which ingredient specialist to run, not specifically tailored to OGPP. Although if I did land curry, Gengar would be quite nice because it does mushroom and herbs, both could be heavily used in curries. So my main doubt right now is whether to run this Gengar at all, although it is a fairly high level. Let me show you guys what I mean by the other better Gengar that I have. Fungi was one of my best Ghastly at the time when we needed Gengar to do mushrooms because no one else could do mushrooms until Quagsire came along with berry finding, helping bonus and ingredient finding, and then eventually a lot more ingredient finding. This was probably a perfect Gengar for me. But as you know, I've got a really good shiny Quagsire that is mono mushroom. So this amount of ingredient finding now has me second guessing of whether I should actually invest in a berry finding but heavily ingredient focused Gengar. I do have this other option which is more speed and more berry, but it's locked to level 75. Now this one is actually better as a berry farmer if that's the goal for a Gengar. This one's not bad too. It kind of sits between Fungi and the other Ghastly I showed you just now. This one has speed and berry, and then it has ingredient finding, fighting that berry finding. But I think the main point is that there's no wrong choice here. They all have slightly different purposes that they can be used for. But the reason why I haven't raised another Gengar is because, well, this one's just so high level, so the berry strength is going to be quite a lot higher until the other Ghastly that I raise can actually catch up in its Pokemon level. Other options I've got, Shuppet. My Shuppet choices are not very good. I've got berry finding locked to level 50, but otherwise not very good stats. I've got Sleepit, who has helping bonus and speed, but then otherwise not very good stats. Honestly, I'm not even sure why I kept this Banette. It's got speed. And then there's a Skeledirge that I caught fully evolve. It's not my favorite because it's not mono apple, but it does have ingredient finding, so it's not very useful to me despite its ghost typing. Let me know what type of teams you guys are running in the comments section below, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.